Quite a few of you guys requested this, so I'm making a quick video to talk about the 3 videos Netflix has recently released about Season 2 of The Witcher show. We have 2 short ones about Nivellen and Ciri, as well as a longer trailer, which is mostly footage from Season 1 actually, but there is some new stuff as well. There may be some spoilers about Witcher 2.
My favorite type of magic.
About Season 2, sorry. So be warned. Okay, back to Nivellen. Some of you said you don't like how he looks. And I suppose you have a point. He should probably be bigger and scarier than he is. But to me, the most important part of his character is actually in his dialogue. So I can live with the way he looks if they get the rest of it right. Now in this clip, he and Geralt are shown talking about Ciri, more specifically about Geralt's relationship to her.
She's with you now. How does she feel about it?
Which is not originally part of the story. In the books it happened before Ciri was ever found by Geralt, but given that the two of them are complete strangers at this point in the show, I think it's good that they're trying to develop things between them a little more before they reach Cahir. What worries me a little is that the inclusion of Ciri here might come at the expense of Nivellen's own story, which is quite good. I've actually said in the past that this is my favorite part of the first 2 books, and it might be true. The story has quite the interesting commentary on society in general, I guess, on people's fears, people's greed, on what true love really is, and I hope Netflix does it justice. Now, later on in the longer trailer video, we see Ciri sitting on a chair and possibly talking to a woman about humans and monsters.
Monsters do bad things to people. Humans do bad things to everybody.
Now this has got to be Vereena. So, are they having Nivellen, Vereena, Ciri and Geralt together at the table? Probably, but it seems to be the case. After all, in the second short video, there's a Bruxa in the house.
Ride for your life.
What's happening?
There's a Bruxa in the house.
So, I assume on Netflix, Vereena and Nivellen will be hosting Geralt and Ciri.
Move.
Without Geralt realizing that she's a Bruxa. It would seem that Netflix is treating her more like Regis, more like a higher vampire where you can't really tell them apart from humans, which, you know, vampire lore is a bit mixed up, so I've no problems with that.
For even the longest discourse would not allow me to explain to my interlocutor any issue of this purview satisfactorily.
But they're clearly making some changes with Vereena and her involvement in the story, which I'm really curious to see. Also, we already saw some shots from the previous trailers, which I assumed were from the fight between Vereena and Geralt, and here we have some new ones which seem to indicate the same thing. And that's all about the Grain of Truth story. Moving on to Cahir, we have a few new shots of Ciri training, but most notably we have a couple of close-ups of Vesemir. He looks good. Obviously inspired by the Witcher games, we have the exact same hair and beard style, even the nose is quite similar. Not too much else about him though. I would be curious to see some of the scenes between him and Ciri, possibly the one that sheds some light on the Witcher's fighting style. No idea if it's in the show, I hope it is.
Welcome back, child.
I wonder if they'll make any references to the Vesemir anime? By the way, in relation to that, let me quickly correct myself about something I said in the review. You know the medallion tree, which was first revealed for Season 2? I naturally assumed that the anime took the idea from the show. I was confused because it was first shown in a Season 2 trailer, but it turns out that the idea itself originates from the Nightmare of the Wolf.
Please, I'm nearly 70.
We also have a shot of Geralt holding what seems to be a green dress. Whose dress is that? We saw Triss wearing a green dress in Season 1, and Triss has got to be at Cahir in Season 2, but we also had a picture of Yennefer from Season 2 with a greenish dress. Did Geralt's mother wear a green dress in Season 1? I can't recall. And in the previous trailer we saw Geralt holding someone's hand who had a green dress. Also, the dress seemed to have a golden lion on it, and if I'm not mistaken, Sintra has golden lions on its coat of arms. Wasn't Pavetta also wearing a green dress? Is everyone wearing green dresses? What is happening? Next up, we have Fringilla and what I assume is a small Nilfgaardian force taking Yennefer somewhere. Then a moment later, they're ambushed by someone. Rumor has it it's the Scoia'tael led by the pregnant Franceska. Now how and why is this happening I don't know yet. Aren't the Scoia'tael supposed to be allied with Nilfgaard at this point?
Vernon Roach, hunter of elves, murderer of women and children.
Yorveth, a regular son of a whore.
It could be that Netflix is using this encounter to forge the alliance. Perhaps in the midst of all this, Fringilla will befriend Yennefer and turn to the light side, so to speak, because ultimately she's not supposed to be a villain, so there has to be a point where she becomes good, I guess. I actually speculated a little bit about this in another video probably a year ago. This whole Scoia'tael kidnapping is a new plotline introduced by Netflix, so we'll have to wait and see how they weave it in. And speaking about turning to the light side, we have a scene here of what I think is Tissaia torturing Cahir. Also, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Some people say Cahir, others say Cahir. But anyway, he's also not supposed to be a villain. I'm not entirely sure how this torture will turn him good, but it might have something to do with it. I'm also not sure how this torture fits her character, but perhaps there is a good explanation as well. Possibly that's how she figures out that Nilfgaard is secretly working with Vilgefortz and other mages. Oh wait, but Cahir didn't know, right? Anyway, we'll find out. And finally, we have a few brief shots of Dandelion in distress. This is likely the opening of the Blood of Elves book, where this guy is after him, whose name I shall once again not pronounce. Yennefer should be involved in here as well, although I'm not sure how it's gonna work if she's kidnapped, unless the whole thing happens at a different time, but I'm looking forward to finding out. I will admit that so far Season 2 looks to be an improvement, and it better be, because I don't think I can take another removal of the Sword of Destiny from the Sword of Destiny. Oh, but I guess I'm a minority. Turns out Season 1 did quite well. There's a new anime, a new, like, kids and family Witcher show or something, so yeah, they're killing it with The Witcher, it seems. And on one hand, I worry because I don't want to see The Witcher ruined, but on the other hand, it's good because it brings a lot of new people into the fandom. So yes, I think that's all I had. I hope I don't regret making this video because a bigger trailer might drop in a few days, but if so, I guess I'll make another one. Until then, thank you very much for watching, thank you for your support, and as I said, until the next video. Stay tuned and be good.